Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today I am going to be doing the newest eyeshadow palette tag, the part 2 from Samantha March and Allie Glines. They literally uploaded theirs this afternoon, a couple hours ago from when I am filming this. So as soon as I saw them upload it, I watched both their videos. I then went and just said, I'm gonna film it. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. I'm obsessed with both of them. So I'm very excited to film this. Everything I talk about, I will link in the description box down below. I'll put all of the questions if you are interested in recreating this as well. And I'm going to link both Allie and Samantha's videos in my description box as well. Okay, question number 1. What is your all-time favorite palette? I have a lot, but the first one that came to mind was the BH Cosmetics Naughty Palette. I have mentioned this several times on my channel. It is no longer available, which is really unfortunate because it is a gorgeous palette. So it looks like this and it's giant, okay? It looks kind of intimidating and I'm not usually a huge fan of big eyeshadow palettes like this, although I do have a couple in today's video. I feel so inspired looking at this. I feel like there's so many options, but it's not random like a lot of big eyeshadow palettes can be. There are a lot of little like groupings of colors that are easy to create more monochromatic looks, or you can mix and match things. And the quality on this is amazing. Not just for the price, but the actual quality for any price is really, really good. So I love this palette. It is one of my all-time favorite palettes. It's really unfortunate that it was limited edition, but I'm really glad to have this in my collection. The next one is, what is your new favorite palette? So one of my new favorite palettes is the ABH Norvina Volume 5 palette. Once again, I know I just said I don't like big palettes, but this palette is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a huge purple eyeshadow person, although when I do wear it, I wonder why I don't wear it more often. This is just a gorgeous purple palette. First of all, the quality of these shadows is unbelievable. They blend themselves, the mattes and the shimmers are gorgeous, like so gorgeous. And I love that it's really a purple palette. I mean, most of the looks you're gonna get from this are purple, but there are some more like neutrally shades if you don't want something that's like screaming purple. I love this palette. It's gorgeous. I know I've said that 100 times, but it's like legendary, iconic, gorgeous, easy to use, fun to use, exciting and wonderful.
Brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
I love this palette. And the packaging is very luxe, very heavy, very sturdy, and the mirror is huge. It's one of my new favorites. The next question is, what palette do you keep for the memories? So I have 2 that I definitely don't use anymore because they're so old. I'm kind of scared to put them on my eyes that like a growth would sprout on my eyelid or something if I used it. That's how old these are. But these remind me of a time where I was really getting into makeup, where it really reminds me of a really good time in the makeup community and good memories from that. So I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. These are like my first 2 palettes when I was really getting into YouTube, watching YouTube. The Nubian, I loved the crap out of this thing. It's a neutral palette. I mean, I am more of a neutral person just in general, but back then I was really a neutral person. I couldn't believe the quality of these shadows for the price. I had no idea that this existed. I loved this palette for so long. It is so old, you guys. I'm not prepared to ever use this again, but I do keep it around just to like reminisce. And then the Modern Renaissance palette. Okay, this is an OG palette. Most people probably have it. Warning, it is so dirty and disgusting. Please don't judge me. The color story is, you know, iconic. It just is. The shadows in this, at the time especially, I was blown away by how pigmented yet blendable these things were. This palette was. It is just a classic palette that does bring me a lot of memories. The good old days. The next one is, what is the most underrated palette? And I am actually gonna copy Allie on this one because I completely agree with her. The Nudie number 2 from Laura Lee Los Angeles. I don't really hear anybody talking about this palette. Like when it first launched, of course you hear about it, but this palette is so beautiful. Of course, I'm going to say that about all the palettes that I like in this video, but truly the quality is wonderful. The color story is neutral, but it's also rosy and it's also peachy, purpley. The metallics in this are beautiful. The mattes are pigmented yet blendable. It's just a really beautiful neutral color story, but not your normal old neutral palette like you see all the time. It's just an elevated neutral palette, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, and I don't know why, because it's beautiful. So definitely underrated in my opinion. The next one is, which palette is not a favorite, but one you can't get rid of? This for me was very easy. It is the Alyssa Edwards and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I don't love this palette. I don't love the quality of these shadows, if I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't love the color story. It's a little bright, and the damn brush in them falls out every time. It's a little colorful for me personally. I do teach ballroom dancing, so I do like to use this one when I'm going to competition for like bright, bold looks. But generally speaking, this isn't one I reach for. It's definitely not a favorite, but I love Alyssa Edwards. Love Alyssa Edwards.
Back rolls.
She's my favorite drag queen of all time. And so I just cannot get rid of this. And I am like one of those people, if something is limited edition, I will keep it forever. This was limited edition. It's not available anymore. I don't often use it, but I can't get rid of it. I just can't. The next one is, what is your favorite collab? This one was a no-brainer for me. Very easy to pick. It is the Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. A lot of ABH in today's video. This palette, this is one of my favorite palettes of all time. Like, period. Not collab palettes, just of all time, of all palettes. The packaging is beautiful. First of all, this like kind of croc faux leather type of iridescent packaging. And then honestly, one of the most unique palettes in my collection, the highest quality ABH shadows in my opinion. The color story is so unique and beautiful. I don't have anything like this. It's inspiring and it's gorgeous. So my favorite collab palette of all time, for sure. What is your favorite palette from 2021 is the next question. And apart from the ABH Norvina number 5, the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Yeah, it's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. What else can you say? It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I feel like it's very versatile. You can get a lot of different looks out of this. The mattes are really nice. This never stays open, I'm remembering now, so bear with me here. The mattes are really nice, but what really makes this palette unique are the shimmers. Like, they are out of this world, crazy, sparkly, multi-dimensional, amazing. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous metallics. So beautiful. I was not gonna buy this palette. I added it to my cart at the very last moment during the Sephora sale, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Even if I didn't get that 20% off, I would still pay full price for this. So if you've been thinking about it, I do not think you would regret it. It's my favorite from last year. All right, the next question is, what palette did you not expect to love? So I have mentioned this one on my channel many times before as well. It is the Hard Candy Look Pro Eyeshadow Palette. So this is a very, very affordable palette from Walmart. It's one that I picked up with very, very low expectations. When I did first buy this, I reached for it all the time. In particular, I reached for this on a day where I was really doing quick looks. I wasn't trying to think or really having to try to create deep, multi-dimensional, depthy type of looks. I just wanted very pretty, light, pinky looks with really pretty metallics. And this palette, I really, really enjoyed, and I definitely expected it to be crap quality. I really like this palette, and I'm very surprised at how much I like it and how much use I've gotten out of it. I've definitely gotten my $10 worth out of it, that's for sure. Now, is this like the best palette in the world? Absolutely not. But I really like it, again, for those days where I'm just trying to get a light wash of color, pretty look, not having to think. And I've really enjoyed this palette way more than I thought I would. The next question is, what is a palette that sparks joy? I have so many, you guys. Of course, I'm sure you all feel the same way. There are so many that when I look at them, I'm just like inspired and excited and happy and feeling warm and fuzzy inside. But this one is the most recent one that I am so excited and happy to use whenever I look at it. It is the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette. The packaging on this, first of all, makes me very happy and filled with joy. I love spooky stuff. My birthday is 3 days before Halloween. I think that's probably why, but I love anything with a spooky theme. I'm all about it. And the packaging is out of this world. I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see it, but it does have like a holographic element to the front. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sorry if I just wasted 5 seconds of your life with that. And then the color story inside is so incredibly beautiful. The embossing on these pans is so incredibly beautiful. This makes me so happy and excited to play with it whenever I open it. And I'm so excited to have it in my collection. I literally just got it a couple of weeks ago. So that is like part of the joy of it, like having a new palette. It's really exciting. So this one definitely brings me a lot of joy. I'm really excited to see their new palette that launches next week. Probably gonna pick it up, not gonna lie, but I'm really loving this one. The next question is, what is the newest palette to my collection? So I have 2 in the mail currently that are on their way here. The newest one that is actually here now that I just received, I actually won a giveaway from Bad to the Brow, and I won the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. Okay, first of all, I'm so excited to try Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I've never tried anything from them before, and I've wanted to, so I was super excited to win the giveaway. So it is this all matte rainbow palette. How cool is this? This was part of my goals for this year, was to incorporate more color into my looks and to just have more fun with makeup and not be so like concerned about looking perfect or whatever. So this is really gonna be an exciting palette for me to use this year. I'm so excited to play with all these colors. It's a really good companion palette. Obviously, if I need any color, I can just dip into this to complete a look or to make a base for a look to add like some shimmer onto. I'm super excited to have this new in my collection. And then the last one is, what is the first palette you used in 2022? Now, today is January 22nd. So that was 22 days ago. So that's kind of hard for me to remember that far back. But thank goodness for the internet and cell phones, because I looked back on my Instagram stories and I saw that the ABH Norvino Volume 5 was the first palette I used this year. I don't think on New Year's Day I wore any makeup. I think I just laid around and relaxed. It was the last day before going back to work. You know how that is. I believe this was the first palette that I used, so not surprising, not shocking. It's, like I said, amazing and life-changing. All right, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know any of the answers of these questions that you want to share with me. And of course, like I said, I will link Samantha and Allie's videos down below. Go check them out if you haven't already. I just love these tag videos. I think they're so fun. Just kind of a way to share about my collection and just geek out over makeup with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're new here and you aren't already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I do upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos. So yeah, I would love to see you back on my channel. I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time. Bye.